When we left in March of 2020, we thought that we were going to go back to the buildings. I can't think about throughout the pandemic where there was a time where we needed Pencil to show up to support us in any way where they didn't.
Pencil's been the one entity that's been 100% present from the beginning of the shutdown of schools till now. They've been there.
It was just great to always have Pencil always thinking about how can I uplift and sustain this school, this organization, this community. And Pencil was at the forefront of saying, we can figure this out, which, Uche, I don't know if you had similar experiences. I'm sure you did with Pencil as well.
Most definitely. That question was asked of us as well. Like, what can we do for you right now? One of the hardest things as a principal, we find ourselves sometimes needing things and we don't know where to go. We know that thing exists out there, but the sphere of our access is so limited. And to have a organization where you have access to Fortune 500 executives, C-suite executives who are saying, how can we help? It's a dream come true.
Having a school, especially one that's in the Bronx, our kids are among some of the neediest kids in the city. One of the things that Pencil brings to the table for us, and which makes them dynamic in every way, is the fact that they are flexible.
That flexibility is very, very important. One thing I want to add, I believe that Pencil is doing incredible work as far as equity is concerned. It's very important that we recognize the fact that our children are in constant need of validation because we live in a world where they don't get validated too often.
It's important to have people who have been in the business industry for a very long time to come in and work with principals about how do we facilitate the systems thinking approach to what we do as school leaders.
We are, as principals, CEOs of our own small companies. In partnership with an organization like Pencil, bringing companies to us, we have a product that we're producing. We're producing, hopefully, strong citizens for our country. People who are going to go and be, hopefully, one day, leaders of industries and things of that nature.
One of the things that we can continue to do as partnering with Pencil is growing and developing our relationship so that it becomes a staple in our school. College and career readiness workshops that our kids have been receiving, these career day explorations that our kids have been interested in, the Ladders for Leaders program.
A partnership that we had at our school that was created because of Pencil ended up resulting in a program that we call RISE. And this program allowed us to be able to identify students who are having those social emotional issues, even economic issues in their households, and be able to figure out how can we really address their needs and also push their engagement in school.
Planning for a school year where some families had lost their jobs and the kids had to become workers, or in some cases, or in many cases, where kids have lost their parents and now had to become the breadwinners. It's been challenging during this time because it is planning for the unknown.
Pencil is like the ultimate middleman. It's like the ultimate middleman. They have an answer for everything. And if they don't, they'll find a way to make it happen. And I think as a school leader, that's very important because the amount of pressure that we carry on our shoulders is tremendous.
They are really a staple in our school. I mean, at this point, we probably should just put the Pencil logo on our school's letterhead, right? Because we're a Pencil school.
What would it have been like for me as a kid at that age to know that someone's willing to say, oh, I will open the door for you?
How cool would it be to give every kid in New York City that option and that opportunity to just be able to explore something that they couldn't even imagine themselves ever doing?
To have an organization like Pencil that says we open doors between corporate America and schools of great need and really be about that work, to me is incredible. If that's all Pencil has ever done for me as a principal, as a school, that's enough. Because I know that those moments are rare.